All right, well, I'm going to get started. We'll probably have some stragglers joining, but we'll get moving. So, first of all, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Steve Smith. I'm the CEO and founder of Tollanis, and we are a Zendesk partner as well as a systems integrator and technology development company. And I wanted to start by one, thanking everyone for joining us today, taking the time out of your schedule to learn a little bit more about Zendesk, more importantly about AI, but also talk a little bit about where technology is going. As all of us have been hearing lately in the news, there's just a ton of chatter around AI. And whether or not you know it, AI has actually been around since 1951. The first computer, the Ferrante Mark I, was programmed to play chess. It used vacuum tubes that could store 65 words. They were programming this at a university in Manchester in the UK. And that's really kind of the first technical implementation of AI. It would continue to evolve and principally stay within the university realm up until the early 80s when a commercial programming language called Lisp came out. And that program primarily had its claim to fame of helping develop some of the revenue management tool sets in the airlines. It's the reason that today when you book an airline ticket, sometimes you pay $1 and sometimes you pay $4.85 and a different price. And what they did is they took all the variables involved in a flight and programmed those all into Lisp to come up with a more revenue-rich ticket and trip per passenger. So it was, really the first commercial application. There were several others, but that was the big one. And today, we've continued to evolve with digital assistants like Siri, Google, Alexa, and other natural language tools, and obviously most recently things like ChatGPT and all the open AI tool sets now that are propagating at a very rapid pace. I think the first thing I want to talk about with AI is that it's a tool. It's not a creature working towards self-awareness. AI is a tool set that's going to help revolutionize multiple industries and multiple aspects of business and our lives. But we tend to want to anthropomorphize artificial intelligence and make it human or give it human characteristics. It is not. It is a tool. The one thing to learn about artificial intelligence primarily is that it runs by the principle of you are what you eat. Algorithms are nothing but the enzymes that drive and get consumed by machines to help them drive and learn and really make AI purposeful. So the outputs that AI gives are only as good as the data that AI consumes. And whether or not you are aware, today, only 34% of consumers realize that they're interacting with AI. It's a booming market, and it's expected to reach over $190 billion by 2025, and it's growing at a rate of about 30% per year. So it's an incredible time to be in this industry, in technology, leveraging technology. We are truly entering the commercial availability era. The next decade, we'll see AI tools proliferate, and they're going to add between 10 to 30 trillion dollars to the global economy, and upwards of 14% of the U.S. economy is going to be driven by AI. And these are studies that were recently published by McKinsey. Zendesk and Tollanis are right at the forefront of using AI to enhance and drive the customer experience. And so, it's a very exciting time for us to be partnering with a company like Zendesk, but also to be driving some of our own AI technologies and tool sets. So before we get started and I turn it over to Karissa, I'd like to at least throw out a quick survey of how many people are using Zendesk today. And once we get that up, I'll turn it over to Karissa, who's going to take us into the meat and potatoes of the presentation along with Pavel. So Karissa, off to you.
All right, everyone. Well, welcome. As he stated, my name is Karissa, and thank you for the introduction, Steve. I'm an account manager here at Tollanis, and today we're going to go over some AI basics, Zendesk, and we do have our surprise announcement at the end, and we'll wrap it up with some Q&A. So let's get started. And I really am thrilled to get to talk about Zendesk because it is one of my favorite products, and this new feature is just truly incredible. So if you don't know what Zendesk is, other than what Steve just told us, just think of it as your company's best customer experience weapon. It's designed with both agent and customer in mind, making your CX seamless. And as a company, their main focus is to really be obsessed with their customers. And it's how they've built their entire business. So that when you think software and CX, Zendesk is the first company that comes to mind. And this is why they're such a great fit for Tollanis, is we truly believe that it is processes and people who make the biggest difference. And traditionally, people are who you would look to for delivering excellent customer service. But just like all things in life, that is changing thanks to the progress Zendesk has made in all of their products, but especially in their new advanced AI edition. And as we know, artificial intelligence is a buzzword these days. We hear it in the news and our social media feeds, or maybe it's in your own conversations. AI is a focal point, and this is why Zendesk has made AI advancements a priority. So now let's dive into why this matters. In today's society, we're seeing people want to be more self-sufficient, get answers fast and on their own without having to wait to talk to a representative or wait for that email reply. They want answers late at night when they've been locked out of their account and need a password reset, or they want to know the status of a refund. They're looking for fast answers. And so let's dive into some statistics that really show why AI is important and playing a huge part in how businesses will provide CX moving forward. 74% of consumers believe AI will improve customer service efficiency. 71% believe that bots will get them faster replies. And when it comes to conversational service, 72% expect immediate assistance. But this is also a double-edged sword because you have to ensure that the bots and AI that you are deploying are accurate, because 75% of consumers believe that AI should be able to provide the same level of service as human agents, meaning that it needs to be tailored for CX. And I highly encourage you to check out Zendesk's CX Trends Report for other key findings on what consumers are looking for. And you can actually download the deck here, and it's clicked right here in this slide. So on top of wanting those fast answers, we're also seeing major staffing issues where companies either don't have the budget or simply cannot keep up with their own ticket demand due to growth. And for most businesses, it just is not possible to staff a customer help desk 24/7, and this is a great place for AI. Now, before I dive into all things Zendesk AI, let me take a minute to give some context to the things that make up the product for those who might be unfamiliar with all things AI. And I won't go over every detail here, but please feel free to download this deck and refer back to it if needed. So I'll start with the big ones. NLP, or natural language processing. Involves the processing and analyzing of human language to extract meaning, sentiment, and intent. Knowledge management, or in more simple terms, it's the process of capturing, organizing, and sharing information and expertise within an organization. And this can involve creating databases, libraries, and other tools to store and organize information, as well as implementing processes and technologies to enable customer service agents to share and collaborate on knowledge. And lastly, we have LLMs, or large language models. And this is the big step forward in AI, as LLMs are machine learning algorithms that can recognize, predict, and even generate content. These LLMs are built on large data sets using existing content and new synthetic data, as well as having that human interaction to train it further. And for reference, ChatGPT is an LLM with a chat bot on top of it. And now these different LLMs out there, they're great, but just as you wouldn't put a new hire out to assist your top clients on day one, you don't want to use an LLM that isn't already trained in CX. And just like Steve said, what you are feeding it is what you're going to get out. So now let's dive into Zendesk AI and really what makes it different. Zendesk has always prided themselves on making software that is beautifully designed with both the customers and the agent in mind. And it's really a product that can work off the shelf, and this AI feature is no different. And while there are other platforms using AI, the time to value combined with customer expectations is very high. And the Zendesk AI is built on the world's largest CX dataset, and it's designed for specific industries, really maximizing that customization that improves the customer's journey with that personalization touch. And with all products at Zendesk, it can be set up nearly instantly and immediately start adding value from day one. And we can help with that implementation process. Now, using AI for CX is not new to Zendesk. Over 250 million tickets have been made better, faster, and more efficient with the AI. And since launching just one feature, suggested macros, in October of 2021, it has saved agents 35.5 years of time. That's not having to type something in or look something up. And it's resulted in faster answers for your customers and a better work environment for the agents. Zendesk has trillions of data points and 18 billion tickets that they base their AI on. And yes, that is billion with a B. It's amazing. And while other AI programs may be extremely intelligent, we've all heard of an AI bot that's passed the bar exam or written beautiful poetry, but they don't have knowledge in your business. And this is AI built for CX. So whether you're looking to reduce headcount or improve efficiency, the AI add-on is something that will help your business. And Zendesk Advanced AI is not branded as a silly character or a really complicated name, but rather Zendesk, because Zendesk is simple, beautifully designed, and ready out of the box with all of their products. And it fits right into the workflows you already have within Zendesk. And this is how you can see the ROIs. It doesn't take months to learn or be worked on by entire teams of developers. And it's not learning bad behaviors like becoming racist or sexist. And that's because Zendesk is owning the model. Zendesk understands what a good interaction versus what a bad interaction looks like for a customer, but they also understand what an agent needs, freeing them up from those monotonous tasks that your team might not like doing to focus on those more important tasks and higher value tickets or your top clients. So let's move on to talk about what's included in this new release. Now, first, we have our standard bot offering, and Zendesk has repackaged all the functionality that exists under what you may know as article recommendations and flow builder into their standard bot offering. So with messaging channels, customers can use the bot builder to create their own conversational bot that guides customers to a resolution. And for those non-messaging channels like email or web forum, customers can set up auto replies via triggers that the bot can use to immediately deflect customer requests. And again, the standard bots will remain included in all suite plans, just as article recommendations and Flow Builder are today. And by no means are these bots the standard. They are truly incredible and add value to any operation. So if you're not already currently utilizing Zendesk, let's get started here. Now, I'm going to move on, and from everything here on out, we'll be talking about the advanced AI feature, and this is truly where those really exciting features come to play because they come pre-trained out of the box, and they work with messaging and email. We really need to think of these bots as a support agent's best friend. These bots will take care of those repetitive requests and those things like password reset and help your agents focus on those higher value tickets. So right out of the gate, the bot can automatically detect and classify requests based on the customer's intent to deliver the most accurate answer, resulting in a better customer experience and a higher deflection rate for the business without having admins having to spend hours and hours entering manual trading phases. And when agents are needed, the bots pass along customer intent information to arm your agents with additional context to resolve the issue faster. This is CX tailored by industry. And what I think is just the biggest win is that it really works with the email and you're not having to go back in and wait for those replies. So what is amazing about this is we have intelligent triage, and it's really one of the most powerful features because this is where you save time, and we all know that time is money. It saves roughly 45 seconds saved per ticket, And as you can see on the image on the left, is it classifies tickets with intent, language, and sentiment. Yes, that's right. It can actually scan through your ticket and detect what the sentiment of the conversation is. I mean, this is just truly amazing to know what kind of an interaction your customers are really looking for. And this way you can eliminate that manual triage. So if you're a larger business that has entire teams dedicated to manual triage, you can look at what that would look like for you. It's also going to route tickets to the right place based on those categorizations so that the right agent gets the ticket the first time. It's going to automate responses back to customers using AI-based insights, proactively request missing customer information so agents can save that time and manual effort. And it's going to leverage AI-generated insights in your reporting to understand and optimize your operation. So you can look at things like top questions your customers are asking. How fast are you replying to them? Are you resolving each of them? And what are those issues that keep getting escalated? In the reporting, you can see all of this and know where to streamline your operation because this is intelligence off the shelf. Zendesk has already done all the heavy lifting using their own data to train and understand those repetitive tasks and common queries. To me, this is the heart of the product. And then we move on to have intelligence in the context panel. And this is really the home of agent productivity. It's going to show your agents key insights about tickets, that intent, sentiment, and language, and really show what the customers want out of the interaction. And agents can see the AI predictions attached to the ticket and also get recommendations of replies and content to use with the right macro. So this allows your agents to be more productive, help solve customer issues faster, and it's going to make your customers happier because it's going to be faster and it's going to have more personalization. And it's also going to help your agents touch more tickets. And this information is right there for them in the centralized agent workspace. So they're not having to switch between tabs. And it's also going to allow teams to onboard and train new agents faster and really close that gap between high and low performing agents by giving agents guidance on the right steps to take, because it's basically an assistant for every agent. So if you're having high turnover and you're having to train new agents all the time, this is going to help bridge that gap and make it a faster learning experience and also really make them the same level of performance as some of your senior, higher performing agents. And then we have macro suggestions for admins, and it's exactly what it sounds like, is it's going to provide suggestions on new shared macros that they can create to make their agents more efficient. Previously, managers or team leads or even admins were having to go in and analyze tickets like what were common responses. But this removes that work because the AI goes through and scans through all of the tickets, agent replies, and figures out places where you can automate those common replies. So this reduces that time spent analyzing that usage and also streamlines the approval process for larger teams who might have multiple people involved in creating and approving those macros. In addition to all the other incredible features with the advanced AI SKU, there are also 3 new generative AI tools for agents, all available within their centralized and easy to use agent workspace. And this is thanks to the partnership with OpenAI. And many of you may know of OpenAI because ChatGPT. They are an AI research and deployment company with the declared intention of promoting and developing a friendly AI. And these features are currently only in EAP, but I feel that we have to go over them because they're just truly incredible and it really is the future of what we're doing. So we have Summarize, Expand, and Tone Shift. Now, Summarize is going to create a quick set of bullet points to help agents understand the ticket faster. It's like a summary of all the ticket content, not just of customer messages, but also those agent replies and even internal notes. So this helps agents understand what's going on much faster, all without having to leave the ticket. And it's particularly useful when a ticket gets escalated or transferred from one agent to another for whatever reason. And this allows that new agent to immediately get a handle on what's going on. Next, we have Expand, which transforms a brief few words of text into a beautifully complete reply so agents can respond more quickly. And just like its name, it's going to transfer a brief few words into fully customer-ready responses or a more polished and perfected internal note. And this helps agents reply quicker and cuts out the time they spent typing out their responses and even helps eliminate some of those manual errors. And lastly, we have Tone Shift, which is my personal favorite. It's a tool that lets agents instantly adjust the tone of their message to sound either more warm and friendly or more buttoned up, depending on how your customer starts the conversation. So say your customer sends in a message with some smiley faces and exclamation points. We know that they're a little bit more friendly, and you can have that more friendly conversation. And just with the click of a button, it can change the entire message to come across sounding more friendly. I think this is just amazing. And Christina Fonseca, the VP of product at Zendesk, she likes to call these features the shiny new features. And I would agree, they truly are shiny and super fun. Now, my question for everyone here is, out of these 3 new generative AI features, which one do you think is the most beneficial to your organization? Do you think it would be summarize, expand, or tone shift? All right, I'm excited to see what everyone has to say here. But now let's break this down into numbers, since we know that ROI is the top of mind. For the advanced AI SKU, which is currently available in 3 industries for enterprise, business, and retail, finance, and software, most of them are handling upwards of 20,000 tickets a month. If you're using the advanced AI SKU and saving an average of 45 seconds, remember that's that manual triage feature, it equates to a whopping 220 hours a month saved on average. And with the bots that come off the shelf, pre-trained to identify, understand, and solve your top customer issues for your industry, that translates to not only a huge reduction in the time it takes to set up the bot and get it up and running, but it also translates to better, more personalized, more accurate answers for your customers. And this allows customer service teams to triple their bot deflection rate. And finally, with the new AI-powered agent tools and how those allow agents to get real-time guidance, respond faster, solve customer issues faster, and reduce context switching, all of that taken together amounts to a 10% boost in agent productivity. So it's with these stats in mind that brings me to the why. This is why AI matters. It's in the numbers. It's about seeing instant results out of the box and understanding your customers' top issues and getting their answers faster and with more personalization, because we all want things to be personalized for us, especially if we're having to go to the trouble of already seeking out help. And while your agents have their very own assistant to make them even more efficient or handle more incoming tickets or even reduce your headcount, because this is AI built for CX. And now that we have some context, let's see how other companies have achieved service excellence utilizing Zendesk AI. So first we have Virgin Pulse, which is the world's largest global well-being solution provider. The company designs technology that cultivates good lifestyle habits for employees across 4,000 different companies. They fuse high-tech, high-touch predictive analytics, AI, and data to support their clients and members across the entire health, well-being, and benefits lifecycle. But they were growing rapidly, between 15 to 20% year over year, and they knew they had to improve their self-service options. Now, utilizing AnswerBot and focusing on their FAQs, the company is now serving millions more customers without any increase in its member service budget, along with a 6% point increase in their CSAT. Their VP has even publicly stated that they save 25 to 30% on their cost avoidance annual budget just by utilizing the AI implementation. And now we have PhotoBucket, who has been entrusted with more than 70 million images, users, and over 15 billion personal images. They are a video and image hosting service that provides its members a simple, easy-to-use platform to store, share, and host digital images. And the company's #1 core value is members first, and that's the driving force behind its member engagement team. And they knew that they needed to be better at their 24/7 service for their global customer base, but just couldn't afford to staff that. So since participating in the beta project for Zendesk Messaging AnswerBot, they have seen a 17% decrease in first resolution time, a 14% decrease in first reply time, and a 3% increase in their CSAT. And with that self-service flow of bot, Photo Bucket, has been able to provide instant answers to approximately 94% of those common questions and resolve nearly 10% of conversations without the need for agent assistance. Now, these customer stories are just two of the many that show the impacts of what AI can do for your business. 67% of leaders expect to boost their AI and bot spending over the next year. So my question for you is, do you plan to be one of them? If you could take that poll that's going to pop up there, we would love to hear what your plans are when it comes to bots and AI. And I'm just going to start off by saying that if you're not currently a Zendesk customer, reach out and we can help implement it into your business. And if you do have Zendesk, let's talk about how we can streamline that AI. Now I'm going to pass it over to Pavel, whose team is truly working on something incredible. And I can't wait for everyone to hear about that. So take it away.
Thank you for your awesome presentation, Karissa, on the newest Zendesk AI additions. My name is Pavel, and boy, we have something exciting for you. As you can see, I am the Director of Delivery in Tollanis. And before moving on to what we are working on, I'd like to take a quick minute and give you some of the Tollanis background. We have decades of combined Zendesk experience delivering projects for multiple clients from various industries. That means implementation of Zendesk from scratch, to assessment and improvements of existing Zendesk setup, to integrations, both out of the box and non-native integrations. And just to give a couple of examples, for one of our healthcare customer, we've done a custom integration between their credentialing system and Zendesk. And for another one of our customers, we've done a telephony solution integrating AWS Amazon solution together with Zendesk. That solution has been recognized by both companies as best in class. And it included things like speech IVR, which means that instead of pressing your dial pad buttons when you're talking to the phone, you're just talking to Alexa and delivering and moving along in the conversation. And things like automated intelligent routing of calls, which means that whenever you as a customer give a call, then your call is directly routed to the agent assigned to your ticket. So you don't need to wait or be passed between agents or wait for a callback. You're directly routed to the right person. And with all that extensive knowledge and expertise we had, we decided to build our own AI tool. But before I move to that, here are some numbers that help us actually make the decision what we need to solve for. 62% of the consumers believe that AI will soon be able to anticipate their needs, which is incredible. The high expectations there. 66% believe that AI has the potential to revolutionize the way they communicate and interact with technology. And 69% expect that they will interact differently with AI in the next few years. But most importantly, 2/3 of the consumers wish it were possible to interact more with AI and chatbots via voice. Well, people are anticipating that and looking for the future, but we are proud to present Wait. The future is here. Wait is a voice AI tool by Tollanis. I imagine most of the people listening to this webinar today have experience with support or contact centers, client calls, and tickets. So here is how a normal workflow would do. You receive an issue, ticket, case, or whatever you call it. An agent of yours starts working on the ticket. They resolve it and close that ticket. As soon as the company grows, the processes mature, the companies decide and have enough historical data, the companies decide to move on and start building their knowledge base. And as we all know, the knowledge base would give a good experience for the newly started agents and enable things like self-service. That being said, there are tools out there that are already built and are being built for creating knowledge articles with AI based on the historical tickets that your company has closed. The downside of that is you still need to curate that knowledge articles and make it efficient and make it look like a knowledge article. There are also tools that can provide self-service bots that use an existing knowledge base. Well, that's good, but the downside of that is you still need to configure the flows, and you actually need to have an up-to-date knowledge base. Otherwise, you cannot utilize the tools. Well, we are closing the gaps and the loop with Vape. And here is how it works. We will be making available on the Zendesk Market the Vape tool. Once you install it, you can configure which tickets the Vape should handle, which means you can configure it based on the ticket forms, you can configure it based on custom field or whatever your needs are. Then you will be configuring which channels should Wait work on, right? It is a voice AI, but it can also handle all the different channels like chat, email, and whatnot. And then at the end, you configure what happens with the tickets after Wait has worked on them, which means that for some of the tickets that are being solved, you will configure how what the Zendesk would do with them. And for those that haven't been solved by Vape, you can configure them to be routed to your level 2 or a human that can continue that interaction with the customer. Once you do the configuration, our AI model will tap into your Zendesk and will be trained on your historical tickets, be it 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, regardless. It depends on the complexity of your ticket. And once this is done, Vape is ready to go live. And what is the experience for the customer? Once the ticket is created, Vape would give them a call within a few minutes and will start troubleshooting the customer's issue right on the phone. Whether it be troubleshooting an issue, responding to a query, handling some of the requests they might have, Vape can do all of it for you. How it works in the back. We've used the 80-20 Pareto principle, and we've said, okay, if we're training our bot on 10,000 tickets, it means that 8,000 of those tickets are because of 20% of your issues. So we've built a model so that it takes the most common solution paths for those 20% of your issues. And it starts troubleshooting and guide the customer. And just as a quick example, if the customer has opened the ticket and the bot has been trained on 5 different models on how to solve that, it would start with the most common solution, troubleshoot that first with the client, and then move on to each next one. Our goal is to deflect 50 to 80% of your tickets and the rest to escalate to L2, Tier 2, or any other human being. However, our model runs an API call every 24 or 48 hours to keep learning from the latest resolved tickets. And it keeps improving, which means that the tickets you've escalated to a human last week, this week Vape will be able to solve for you. Isn't that awesome? Well, moving on, here is where currently we are at. We have our AI model, and it is ready to be trained with data. We have the AI that is interacting by voice, and we have our Zendesk integration working already and be able to configure the AI agent. And here comes the part everyone on this call has been actually waiting for. We are offering a free pilot in our beta version and some special incentives once the full version is released to anyone. How to sign up? You will be able to see the offer on the right-hand side. And we are encouraging you to do that. Check it out, and we will be waiting for you. Thank you so much for the time, and now I will open for questions. And off to you, Karissa, if you can kick this off.
I was going to say, I see some questions about where you can download it. Absolutely reach out. There's a slide section, download the presentation. There's some clickable links in there to some of the statistics we referenced with CX Trends Report. It's in there. So truly make sure you download that there. I was going to say, I see here, yes, you can integrate it with Zendesk, with social media and WhatsApp. And it's currently coming in 6 languages, and I believe that is English, French, Spanish, German, Italian, and Portuguese. Did I miss one? And there are more coming all the time. I know there's huge progress and what they are trying to get out here ASAP. Pavel, it looks like there's one for you about voice. So the advanced AI does not work with voice, but Pavel's program does.
Awesome. And I see another question from Jared, which is what speech to text engine are you using? Well, Jared, we're happy to share more once we jump on a call to discuss a potential free pilot with you. But we don't want to disclose that at this point, but we'll be more than happy to do that once we sign an NDA.
And also, if you are looking to get in touch about how we can help implement this into your system, there is going to be a little, looks like here, offers. Go ahead, click that. Let's set up a call and we can see how we can best help assist you and your business into helping implement AI into your operation.
And I see another question here. Yeah, probably it was posted in the beginning when I started presenting Vade. What is the best way to get in touch with you guys to discuss my company's use case for Vade? I said, you can go ahead on the offers, click on that link, schedule the call with us, and we will be more than happy to discuss in details.
Yeah, just to kind of add, and thank you, Karissa and Pavel. Appreciate you going through that. Just for everyone on the call, again, just kind of make that clear. We are more than happy to do a proof of concept in your environment using your data. So you can see some of these tool sets real time. It's no charge to set that POC up, and we want to demonstrate some of the power and the capability of the tool sets that we're bringing to the market.
Yes, exciting things. Do we have any other questions? Well, we just really want to thank you for your time today. I know we ended a little early, but we'll give you back some of your afternoon. And thank you all for joining. And go ahead, click on the, let's get a call set up and we'll help implement this for you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Appreciate your time today.
Thanks, everyone.